You are listening to I Am Refocused Radio with your host, Shamaya Reed. This show is designed to inspire you to live your purpose and regain your focus. And now, here's your host, Shamaya Reed.
Welcome back to Refocused Radio. Once again, we are here today, and today we have another show lineup for y'all. Today, man, we have a founder, CEO. He is someone that you need to know. And I'm so happy it's Friday because you know what time it is. It's almost that time for the weekend. But just before you enjoy that, enjoy some time with us. We have the one and only John Goldman. He is the CEO of Rebel Health Alliance. And he's going to share with us not just about what he's doing that is inspiring so many people and impacting lives. He's going to share us his story because that's what we do on this amazing show. I want to first and foremost cut to the chase and say, for you, John, thank you for clearing your calendar. You just told me in the green room that you were busy working out and all that. So I just want to say thanks for clearing some time to talk to us today, because I know you are doing amazing work out there.
Thank you very much, man. Great to be here. Happy to make the time. Appreciate the kind words. You know, sometimes you get in the weeds of things and you're in the day-to-day, hand-to-hand combat of business and life and everything. You forget, at least I forget, like our mission is really to like help people, save people's lives, like and benefit their health, their family. And I appreciate you reminding me of that fact, man. It's good. It's good to take a step back and reflect on that. So thank you. And just happy to be here.
Tell us what inspired you to start your brand and create these amazing solutions for not just your clients, but also educating us with health.
Yeah, well, man, I thought that I was doing everything right for the longest time. I've been a athlete, 3-sport athlete in high school. Got into combat sports and Muay Thai when I was in my 30s. Actually, won a couple of amateur titles in Muay Thai. Got into CrossFit, did the powerlifting thing. I thought I was in shape, but I woke up at 45 years old and I was just feeling like crap all the time. And I knew that the doctor that I had wasn't helping me. He saw my blood work come back and it'd be high cholesterol, bad sugars, pre-diabetic. And he'd just be like, well, let's keep an eye on that. I'll see you in a year. You should probably eat better and do a little exercise. But coming from him, who needed to take the advice more than I did, it didn't really land. And I knew I wasn't going to get any help there. So I started asking my friends. It's like I knew a guy that was like, I guess we called him a biohacker back then. I said, dude, are there guys my age at that time, 45, when they say, I feel great, I feel better than ever. I'm like, they're full of it, right? They're lying. Or my kids would say, that's full cap, all cap, they're capping. And I was like, he's like, no, man, they really do feel better than ever. And they feel better the next day. And they got a ton of energy and they're loving life. And I took a minute to step back and think like, look, I'm 45. I wake up feeling like crap. I sleep like crap. I didn't look really good. I didn't have the energy to do the things that I wanted. My cognitive abilities were diminished. I had trouble focusing. And I thought, man, if this is the way that I'm going to feel for the rest of my life, like I've peaked, like people, you think I'm 45, I probably peaked. If I peaked and this is it for the rest of my days, it is miserable. So I was like, I got to do something about this. And that was when I discovered the world of functional medicine and advanced diagnostics and the right kind of blood work and DEXA scans and VO2 max testing and ultrasounds for your liver and what prediabetes was and fasting glucose and insulin numbers and what these all meant. APOB, LP(a), all these terms I'd never heard before because none of my doctors had ever tested me with them. And I went through a rigorous testing process with my friend. We did all the blood work. We did a DNA test. We did a VO2 max test. We did a DEXA scan that showed me I was like 35% body fat when I was like, oh man, I'm probably like 18, 20. And we put together a protocol to like get me back together. I mean, I had fatty liver disease. I was pre-diabetic. My reactive protein, which is your inflammation scores, were like through the roof. I had 4 or 5 pounds of visceral fat content, which is the fat inside your abdomen wrapped around your organs. Hyperlipidemia, hyperinsulinemia. Like I was messed up. And in 6 months after doing the protocol that we figured out for me, I was back to having a six-pack, eradicated the visceral fat content, cured the fatty liver disease, got my inflammation down, sugars, lipids, all in line, sleeping finally, feeling good. And literally I could say I felt better then than I could remember. And I'm feeling better every day. And I thought to myself, I'm 45, I'm a family man, I got 3 kids, a business. I was just lucky that I had time to figure it all out then, because I was like between gigs. And so I thought, man, there have got to be other people my age who are disappointed with the healthcare system, who are what I call casually obese these days, just like carrying, they think an extra 20, but really an extra 40 pounds around, who feel like crap and want someone to put it all together for them. And so that's how it was started. And we started with 5 members off of a janky website and a handful of state licensures. And now we've got 50 state licensed national healthcare company, complete end-to-end services from primary care, optimization, longevity, financial protection in the event of accidents, illness, injury, pregnancy, everything that you need in order to eject from the existing healthcare system and into a place that's going to give you better service with better health outcomes and better protection and more safety and security, knowing you're doing everything you can for your health and everything you can for your family. And it's been years in the making, dude. And here we are. And the vision has come and the vision is here. And we're just now really going to full market with it. And like, trying to educate people that there is a way that you can get better health, better outcomes, better service, and not have to deal with the Care First and the Anthems and the Kaisers of the universe. Because there's one thing we all know in this world: they do not care about you. And so we're here to try, to change all that.
And with that being said, when you started the Rebel Health Alliance, you made it to bridge the gap between traditional medicine and true performance and longevity care. For our viewers and our audience on radio, walk us through what Rebel Health actually does differently and how it is built around real people's biology instead of just a one-size assembly line fits all protocol.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, think about going to your primary care doctor. You might see him once a year, or her, once a year. They see you for about 6 minutes. They walk in the room. They grab the clipboard in the old days. They flip through the paperwork. They're like, who do we have here? What's going on today? Tell me what's going on. Like, they've never met you, don't know anything about you.
Right.
They've never thought about you for 2 seconds even before they walk in the door. And they're trying to get your ass out of there as quickly as possible so they can move on to the next person. There's no preventative work. There's no looking out 5 years into the future. There's no diagnostic testing to really dig beneath the surface to see how your mitochondria are functioning, to see what your advanced lipid numbers are to predict the possibility of heart disease or cardiovascular disease. They're surely not doing DNA testing to see like what your future holds. They're definitely not doing body composition analysis. They're certainly not testing your cardiorespiratory fitness, when we all in the medical field know that improved cardiorespiratory fitness is perhaps the best medication, the best therapeutic, the best prescription for absolutely anything that ails you. If you improve your cardiorespiratory fitness, you will lower your chance for all-cause mortality across the board. That's from disease, sickness, falling down, accidents, weird stuff, whatever it is. It's more powerful than quitting smoking if you're a smoker to improve your cardiorespiratory fitness. But they're not talking to you about that. Not at all. I think some of them even are just like, would not even address the fact that they're sitting across from an obese person who's clearly not moving and clearly not taking care of themselves, and just, whatever it's political correctness or whatever it is, but they just don't even look at them and be like, bro, you are like 60 pounds overweight and you're killing yourself. You got to make a change or we're going to be chopping off your left foot here. I don't know that they can say that or if they even speak to you like that. So our goal is to create a personal relationship with you and your physician, and not only your physician, but because we know that food is medicine and movement is medicine, you get a dietitian on your team that works side by side with your doctor. You get a certified strength coach that works side by side with your dietitian and your physician, because pulling the diet and the exercise lever is more powerful than any of the medications that they want to put you on. And it will solve your problems for the future as well. It's not a pill. It's not a one-time fix, or it's not an addiction that you're going to be on, hooked on these medicines for the rest of your life. Something like 60% or more of Americans are on multiple medications for multiple chronic diseases. If you're on high blood pressure medicine, you have a chronic disease. If you are using insulin to manage your diabetes, you have a chronic disease. If you're on a statin, you are taking medication to manage your cholesterol, which is a chronic disease. There are so many people who are walking around diseased every single day where your physician is not trying to solve the problem. So we aim to solve the problem. Not only do we aim to solve the problem, but we also want you looking and feeling and performing your absolute best every single day. Your good health unlocks the good life. Everyone who's had a negative health event knows that when your health is gone, you realize it's the most important thing you've got. Of course, family, God, all these things, but your health is the most important thing you've got, because without your health, you cannot do all the other things that you need to do in your life. The duties that you have to be a good husband or wife or father or mother or grandkid or son or daughter or leader at work or in your community or whatever it is. If you're not healthy and fit and vigorous and powerful as a human being, you can't live up to your duties. So you're failing people around you. So we aim at our practice to not only prevent disease, to cure disease, but to get you as strong and as fit and as lean and as dialed in and as sharp as possible. And the way that we do that is by this 360-degree protocols of strength and diet and conditioning and supplements, and your physician looking out over all of it. And once you've got all that square, then we can take you even further into peptide protocols and hormone therapies and longevity medicines that are going to really take you from 95, 96% up to 99, 100%. But we can start with you right off the couch in a situation that seems bleak, where you think you've given up and there's no hope. Man, there is hope. At 46, I got my act together. I'm now 50. I'm training to qualify for a Boston Marathon this year. I just came back off of a 7-mile run to catch this podcast. Pardon me if I look flushed or sound out of breath, but I'm grinding, man. I'm 50. I'm running 50 miles a week. I'm lean as can be. I got a 6-pack. My veins are popping, and I'm sharp as I've ever been at age 50. And 5 years ago, I was 290 pounds, couldn't sleep, and felt like ass all the time. So it's possible. We have seen people come into our practice at 70, at 80, and make significant progress. So it's never too late. The best day was yesterday, and the next best day is today. But it's not hopeless if anybody's thinking that out there. And if you are a high performer, and if you are someone who expects more out of life and more out of yourself and more out of your healthcare, then we're the ones to call for sure.
Once again, listen on Refocused Radio, watching us online, talking to our special guest today, John Goldman, founder and CEO of Rebel Health Alliance. I'm glad you touched on your project you're doing, because you have a project called Project Unreasonable. And you kind of teased us with it a little bit more. For those who don't know what that is, from your perspective, kind of share with that what you were working on, and in more detail how you're seeing yourself doing so far.
Yeah, man. So Project Unreasonable is the answer to the question, what would happen if I go all in? What could happen if I dedicated myself all in to train like a professional athlete, to be 100% committed, dedicated to athletic progress? And it I run the Marine Corps Marathon in 2025, and I finished with a 5-hour time, which, you finish a marathon, congratulations to everybody that's finished a marathon. It is a great challenge. It's a great accomplishment. But it wasn't good enough for me, man. 5 hours was not good enough for me. So I built a team through Rebel Health and an outside consultant who's world famous endurance coach. So it was really nice that we were able to get him on board with the team. And we came up with the idea of trying to move me from a 5-hour marathon to a Boston qualifying marathon time in 12 months. So for reference, to qualify for Boston, you have to run a 3:20 at ages 50 to 54, which is my age group. So that's full on hour and 40 minutes off of my last marathon time in 1 year. It is not impossible, but it is a perfectly unreasonable goal. And we're doing all kinds of unreasonable things. And I'm doing it for a couple of reasons. One, there's a mountain over there. I want to go climb it. I'm going to climb it. When I started doing Muay Thai, I started doing it just to get into shape. And then before you know it, I'm sparring. Next thing you know, I'm on the fight team. And next thing you know, I'm winning tournaments, undefeated, and winning titles in Muay Thai. It's just kind of like the guy that I am. Even the things that I get into, I don't want to like take all the way to the nth degree. I did it with like yoga, even like after 2-3 years, I'm like all of a sudden like all in with yoga. It's like, how did this happen to me? So I'm all in on the running. We're using it as a showcase for Rebel Health. I have my doctors involved, my strength coach, my PT, my dietitian, performance dietitian, and the endurance coach. And we've got a plan. And I check in with the team every week. And we've adjusted my strength plan. We've adjusted my diet plan. We've adjusted my mobility and flexibility and core work and all of my workouts and running workouts and everything I'm eating. And part of the process is taking me from 240 pounds to 190 pounds, even though at 240, I was like 18% body fat by DEXA. Like I was no means fat. I've just been big bodybuilder type for a long time. So I'm shedding muscle. I'm running 50 miles a week. I'm cross training on the rower and on the elliptical and walking. I'm lifting. Like we are going crazy, man. We're doing it. He's training me the same way he trains professional athletes. And because I have the team, I don't really have to think. I just have to like do what they tell me. They tell me how many calories to eat on what day. That's what I eat. They tell me how much to lift on what day. That's what I do. They tell me how much to run on one day. That's what I do. And I just got in about 6, almost 7 miles right before this call. And the progress has been amazing. So it's like at once a personal project. I put it out publicly because that's the kind of accountability structures that I need. I need like the world to know what I'm doing, so I can't let them down because I'm not the kind of guy that's going to be like, oh, just kidding, I quit. And I'm definitely not going to fade into black. You know what I mean? And so, it's a public accountability. It's a testament to what we can do at Rebel Health Alliance. It's a personal project. It's a cool goal. We've picked up thousands of people along the way, following along, trying to keep up with what we're doing, really interested. I mean, we posting all of my blood work and all of my workouts and all of my diet plans and body scans and all the information, all the data is perfectly out there in public. And it's just a cool science project to see because endurance running in particular, I mean, all of it, but endurance running, it's about driving mitochondrial adaptations. It's about building new blood capillaries. It's about changing the way that your heart pumps blood through your body. It's about stretching the left ventricle of your heart. It's about increasing blood flow. It's about all kinds of adjustments and adaptations of how you use fat or carbohydrates when you're burning energy. And it's a science project. It's like an actual science project where the inputs are going to get expected outputs. And all I got to do to make it work is just run. Is it the hard part or the easy part? I don't know.
It could be depending on if you're in shape or not.
Yeah, exactly right, man. Some days it feels good, some days it doesn't.
When you think about people, when they hear precision medicine, that's like a catchy phrase on podcast world, right? Explain for those who may not understand what that actually means. What does that mean? Maybe in particular for like pro athletes.
Sure. So we take a pro athletic approach to all of our membership. So everybody gets the same strategies and team effort. You mentioned earlier today about how the normal industrial health complex is cookie cutter and factory style. Absolutely. So we're that complete antithesis of that. Precision medicine for us means that we're going to map your entire biological terrain and build the most complete physiological dossier on you ever assembled, starting with your DNA, body composition, bone density, organ function, blood work, cardiorespiratory fitness, all the way down the line so that we know exactly who you are as a unique individual, a unique human being with its own physiology. And from there, we custom build a specific plan of action based on what the data is telling us. And that's a specific healthcare plan, whether it's managing medications or taking you off medications or putting them on, whether it's telling you what foods to eat, when, how much of it, and when, what order, what days of the week. or a supplement program, whether it's, take this supplement or don't take supplements. We don't sell supplements, so we don't really care, but we're just going to tell you what we think is the right thing. What to lift, when to lift, how much to lift, when to take time off, tracking your HRV, your heart rate variability, and your resting heart rate to find out when we should pull back and when we should push. Tracking your body composition so we know, are we getting enough protein? Are we doing enough resistance training? Checking your insulin blood, levels in your blood to see, if we're insulin sensitive or insulin resistant, and what can we do diet wise or exercise wise to remedy that fact. And so it's all what we call N of 1, a sample size of 1. It's all based off of your specific biological profile. And it's custom with custom coaching and support and unlimited access. Now, I know what people are probably thinking, listening to this, they're like, wow, that's probably pretty flippin' expensive. Yes, you can go out there and spend a fortune on this. But the way that we've designed our program now with the financial piece included, you can completely ditch Care First. And people I know are spending thousands of dollars a month through an ACA marketplace or Obamacare marketplace. They're spending thousands of dollars on health insurance that does not do anything for them. And you can come to Rebel Health Alliance and you can get everything that I have just described to you, plus safety and security in the event of an accident, for less than what you're paying right now to Blue Cross Blue Shield or Anthem or Kaiser, and have more protection and have more freedom and use your own doctors and have independence from the system that doesn't give one crap about you at all, and come into a healthcare family is the way that we've tried to build it. That's going to take care of you. It's going to prevent disease. You're going to know them. They're going to know you. We're going to do prevention. We're going to get you healthier. We're going to get you dialed in. And if you get run over by a truck, God forbid, you're going to be taken care of at the same time. You'll find yourself in the hospital or the emergency room or the doctor's office far fewer when you have a team focused on keeping you sick in the first place, keeping you from getting you sick. And so I know it sounds expensive. It's all this stuff would be great. Sure, I'd love to have a personal strength coach and a dietitian and a doctor I can call anytime that's going to look out for me. Sounds very pricey, but that's actually all in together. It's cheaper and you're in the hospital fewer times, and the likelihood of you actually having a cancer come out of nowhere and cost $1 million is reduced, or no diabetes in your future because we're going to take care of that for you, or no heart disease or surprise heart attacks because we're going to be working on preventing that when you're 35 instead of dealing with the aftermath of it when you're 60. So this has been the dream, man. We've been working for years to build this model, and I believe we are the only healthcare company in America offering this service. And I'm on the tour, bro. That's why we're here. I'm doing the podcast tour. I'm doing a PR tour. We just got to get the word out. We got to get the word out so that people know that this is an option for them now, and that they don't have to go to the humiliating and dehumanizing industrial health complex where they don't know your name and they don't really care and they're not looking out for you and they're not helping you. And when you do get sick, they fight you every single step of the way and trying to play your claims. So there's a new way, brother.
Once again, been listening to Refocused Radio, watching us online, and time has flown out the window. I mean, man, you talking about drinking, well, I can't say brand names on the show, but drinking that good stuff. It definitely has some wings right now. But once again, talking to our special guest for today, John Goldman. He is the CEO, the founder and the CEO of Rebel Health Alliance. Before we wrap up real quick, just checking in right before the summer. I mean, can you believe it? It's almost June. I had to look at my calendar, make sure it's not June right now. That's how.
Dude, it's May 15th already, man. 2026, bro.
I blinked my eyes twice and already been 5 months. What is going on with time? But
I know.
Before July, before summer really starts kicking in gear, what is a small goal that you're trying to reach with preparing for marathon training and some of the physical goals?
Yeah, so I'm entering into a little deeper weight cut right now because I want to hit a certain weight for race day. And rather than cut during like the full on intense marathon specific training block, which starts in July. We're trying to knock off about 15 pounds now here in the next like 2 months or so. So I'm hungry, in case you're wondering, but just trying to get a little bit leaner and a little bit smaller because, you know, it's in running in particular, man, just the smaller you are, the easier and faster you go for sure.
And for our viewers and listeners, what's the best place they can find you online with Rebel Health Alliance?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for asking. My home base is Twitter. So it's x.com/John Goldman. That's at John Goldman is my handle on Twitter. I've been on there for a long time. I'm also on Instagram at John Goldman __. Find me there. And then just come to the website, rebelhealthalliance.io, rebelhealthalliance.io. But really best way, man, just hit me up on a DM in Twitter or Instagram. I'd love talking to people. I have an amazing team, chief medical officer, chief of staff, head of ops, whole people running the whole show. My job, I talk to people now. I'm out there talking on podcasts. I talk to people online. I take consultations. Hit me up. I'm here. I may be the founder and CEO, but all that really means is I'm the chief hype man. So just come on and hit me up and I'll be happy to talk to you.
Well, once again, like always, want to say to our guest, John, thank you for your time.